guys, Rob Murphy from Holistic Healing Choices here. Now, today's quick rant is about a little bit of YouTube news. So, a couple months ago, unbeknownst to me, probably unbeknownst to a whole lot of other people, YouTube actually made a move that would stop people from telling other people that they should be on other vitamins, other supplements and stuff, if it went against WHO, the World Health Organization, their guidelines for this thing that we're facing. So I can no longer say, I think you should take more vitamin C. Now, my initial reaction was a bit of anger, because health and trying to push a positive message of health out there, but really it's not that bad a message. It will stop so many people from just doing that, just pushing that message out there. Because, one, I don't know you. I don't know you. I don't know your story. I don't know your background. I don't know what you're allergic to. I don't know any of that. So who's to say I suggest you do something or take something and it turns out really harmful for you? That's not good. That makes me reckless in my ability to be a health practitioner and sort of thing, so my duty of care would be gone in that case. Because I don't know your background, I don't know your story, I don't know anything about you other than you're sitting there watching me. Another thing too is, how do I know you're already not doing this? Honestly, I haven't had a look at what the World Health Organization directive is because I choose to look after myself. So yes, while I do think vitamins and all that sort of stuff are important, and most people probably don't get enough from their diet, it's up to you to decide and find what works best for you. Now, whether you use some way of doing that, probably not the VitaStick, probably I would steer clear of that, but anyway, you can go check out my video on that. That's yeah, quite a thing. But like getting a test, getting a blood test, getting something like that, if you are serious about that, if it is an issue for you right at this point in time, you can do that. So like if you need an iron supplement or something, get someone to prescribe that for you rather than watching or reading an article by someone who thinks the government's out to try and get them and all that sort of stuff, and that we're not getting enough nutrition for our diets, which, as I said, I don't believe we are. But I don't know, maybe that's just my part of the world. Maybe that's just where my grocery store gets their veggies and all that sort of stuff from. Maybe it's because I still do eat processed foods and all that sort of crap, even though I harp on about how bad they are. When I'm in a pinch, you're not left with many options. But that's getting away from the point that I support YouTube in this move. Because, yeah, I don't know you. I don't know your story, your background, anything like that. And it's easy for me to say, you need more this. But the reality of it is, I don't know whether you do. And I mean, how do I even know what it is that I even need most of the time? Maybe I'm just taking stuff I don't need. Maybe the stuff I'm taking is doing damage to me. So then to go on and say, oh, I feel great on this, it might not match with you, your current level of toxicity or whatever else is going on inside of you at that current point in time, and it may cause you a bit of harm. It may have something that you're allergic to that you don't know about. Or even if you do, some people are stupid. That's another thing. I may say you need more of this, you're already taking this, so you just start to double your dose or whatever because you're so scared of that that's out at the moment. So yeah, you inadvertently kill yourself or do some sort of damage to yourself, and then you go and blame YouTube or that guy on YouTube, which happens because people don't take responsibility for themselves either, which is another good point there, in that it wasn't my fault I got sick, it was the tablets. It was the advice I got. it was whatever. Never mind the fact that, you know, I'm doing substance X, which inadvertently has a thing with substance Y, which causes a bad reaction. That's not my fault. It should have been printed clearly on the bottle. It should have been clearly on each and every tablet. It should have been... People come up with wild and wacky excuses for the way they are. The poor people who get roped or drugged through the coals for that sort of stuff. It baffles my mind sometimes. You need to find out what works best for you. Go see a professional, someone who can take a blood test, who can find out your history, who can do all the sort of things necessary to make sure that that is the safest thing that you can possibly do. But anyway guys, that's just my take on that YouTube rule. A little rant on that, and a little bit about self-responsibility, looking after you, doing the best that you can possibly do, given the circumstances we're at the moment. And yeah, looking after yourself. Making sure you get the best quality supplements or whatever it is that you need by finding out a little bit more about them. And the other thing too is, like, you don't know whether these people are endorsed by that sort of thing as well, so they might be getting the kickback from the increase in sales or whatever. Like, a good way to tell would be if they say, use my promo code. I am not endorsed by any of that stuff. Hell, maybe if there is an offer and there is a product that, you know, works well for me and works well for other people, I would do it. I remember I got caught up in the whole Vima scandal because their products were good. Just their sales methods and all that sort of stuff was shady as hell to try and push out more and more product with everyone, and well, hell, it led to them just dissolving as a company. So there were some people who were, you know, quitting their full-time jobs to pursue this multi-level marketing pyramid scheme thing full-time. I just used it, and I would suggest it to people because I felt great while I was on that. Now, was it good for me? All signs seem to point to yes, but I think I made a grand total of $30 from it all in the end. But it wasn't about that. It was about the product that I thought was good for me, and we had some sort of means of testing whether it may or may not be alright for your system. So we were looking after people in that way, but never just pushing it on them blindly, because, like I said, it's reckless. You need to look after yourself, and if it doesn't feel right, don't do it. If you take some advice off somewhere saying, oh, you should do 500 squats a day, you do about 30 and your knee starts to feel a bit funny, stop. I know you want those results, but there's another way around it, or there's something better for you to do with that knee issue. What I'm saying is, you find what works for you. Whether that be with a trained professional. Like, there are so many instant YouTube professional experts and stuff that write all these scripts. This is their full-time job, so of course they're going to make it look convincing, sound convincing. They're going to push themselves to that, like, and then they probably burn out and whatever else. There's one ad that always comes up about testosterone supplements, or these foods increase testosterone and blah blah blah, and you'll never get anywhere just working out, and it's like, Jesus. That might work for some people, but not everyone. Anyway guys, I hope I've made the point clear. I support YouTube in that decision of demonetizing or deleting some of those videos and stuff that do say that, because it is reckless at the end of the day. Like, it's easy for them to say it because it works for them, but who knows how much damage they could potentially cause by offering supplement X to everyone. Not just some people, everyone. Anyway guys, that's it for this one. I'm Rob Murphy. I'll see you in the next video.